Hey guys, it's your boy Ralph here, back for another video. And yes, 4 is the answer to the universe. But first, let me tell you about some other things. Alright? So, the age-old question. Are there more grains of sand or stars in the sky? Now, I may or may not have stolen this from Mr. Wynn's chemistry class, but don't worry about it. So, first the grains of sand. Now, it has been calculated by scientists or something that there are uh, about 7 quintillion grains of sand all over the world on beaches and stuff like that. Because sand is pretty small. Now, but when you think of all the stars that are in the universe, well, all the stars you see in the sky, it doesn't seem like as much, right? And to be honest, it's not. When you look up in the sky, on average, there are only about a few thousand stars that you can see. And to be honest, you wouldn't think that it shouldn't be like that, right? I mean, we have this huge universe that it's stupid, right? But that's just the stuff that you can see. Due to atmospheric stuff like pollution or whatever, that stuff. In reality, whereas there are 7 quintillion grains of sand, there are 70 sextillion stars in the entire observable universe. And that is just the stuff that we can see in observable conditions. So it really makes you wonder how small we are in this universe, huh? And like how all the problems that we have on our day-to-day basis, it just seems stupid, you know? But anyway, now you may think that all those stars, pretty incredible, right? But then if you get 10 drops of your boy H2O, that amazing water, it's even crazier. Because in just 10 drops of water, you will find the same amount of molecules as there are stars in the universe. And it's freaking crazy, my dudes. Like, it's crazy that if I quote that article, it's like, we can't understand the biggitude of our universe. Now let me tell you more about how small we are, because we're pretty much just a speck of a speck. So this is Earth, right? But then if we get your boy, the sun, yeah, the Earth is rotating at 1,000 like no, I don't know, it's like 5,000 miles an hour or something, like rotating that fast. But then it's orbiting around this sun. You hear? But what the sun is also doing is that sun is rotating and it's revolving all around our Milky Way galaxy. And that stuff takes like a billion years or so just for our solar system to do. And you keep in mind that in our Milky Way galaxy, this thing, there are probably billions of stars, in the universe. I mean, in the galaxy, in our Milky Way, all rotating at a single time. It's just crazy, man. What you also don't know is that our universe is vastly expanding. Like I said, the observable universe. That's just the stuff that we can see and the light has been able to travel through. And our universe is expanding incredibly fast. And what our observable universe, just the stuff that we can see, is 93 billion miles as a radius. So out of all those galaxies and stuff, just imagine all the life that is there, or life that isn't there, all the solar systems, all the planets, just all the possibilities that we don't know about. That's how really small us humans are. Alright guys, so for now, the answer you've all been waiting for. 4 is definitely the answer to the universe. I'll show you, alright? So you see 4 here. 4 is spelled with 4 letters, right? It's insane, okay? You know what I mean? But that's not all. Let's say you put the written out numbers in more of like a pattern. For example, let's say 5 or 5 5 has 4 letters. So since 5 has 4 letters, you move 5 to 4, and 4 just loops around because it's like that. And like 3 has 5 letters, so that goes to 5. Like a pattern function thing like that. So the crazy thing about this is, like in our language, the English language, it's crazy how just one number can like loop on itself. Now, I mainly got this stuff from like a YouTuber called Stand Up Maths, which I'll put in the description because he has a good video. But you can also create these like cool chains with this like pattern. For example, he made a challenge to make a chain that was longer than 6 numbers. And what I got here is I'll go from the bottom to up. So it's 4, then before it comes 5, and then before it 3, and from that 6, from that 11, from that 23. Now this is the one that he came up with in his video, but the cool thing, that the number that I found from that was 1077, is that has 23 letters in it, and that continues the chain. But I found another one, another number that has 1077 letters in it. Now, I might need to clear this, but the number that has 1077 letters is basically 3 million, 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 and so on until you have 153 millions written down, because they all have 7 letters. But if you wanted to shorten the number, you could also do 3 times 10 to the 918th. Now, it all goes up from there. The bigger the number, the more amount of letters you have to get. But it's insane, like this pattern that you can get. And he also mentioned the way that languages, they differ, and how they have different chains and stuff like that. One he mentioned was French, which had a loop that wasn't just like one number, but it happened between a bunch of numbers, like 3, 4, 5, and 6. It all starts with number 6, which also in French is spelled 6. Sorry if I'm pronouncing this wrong, I'm not a French student. So then that goes to 3, which is trois, and then trois goes to 5, which is like cinq, and then that goes to 4, which is like quat, I don't know, but it has 6 letters, and it's a big loop like that. And it's just mind-blowing to me that you can do this with words and numbers. And that he also did this in his video, but I wanted to do one that was also on another thing that was on my own, and I found out that in Spanish, which I am a student of, there's a loop between 4 and 6. 4 has it's cuatro, 6 letters, and seis. So it just keeps going on and on between those two numbers. But the funny little thing is that 5 in Spanish is cinco, that also has 5 letters, so it's its own little loop, just like 4 in English, which is really weird. And I like that. I like math, and that stuff is weird, you know? It's amazing all the things that you can do when you just change one element in an equation. And I pledge all of you who are watching this to change that ordinary thing, like an equation, and make it into something beautiful. All right? So, thanks for watching. Peace out. But you never know. The real answer could just be 69.